What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Horror Show. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Fuego here.
And we're just doing a quick vlog here, doing a little bit of coverage here at a special art event that our very own Derk is taking part in. So you guys will be seeing some art throughout the evening, some horror related, some not, but all very interesting nonetheless. And we're just going to see what we can show you for this little quick at-home vlog. No long travels, but
not this time.
Still going to be checking out some art. So here we go.
Yeah, going local, yo. Hey, y'all. We are inside the exhibit now, and check out who we found. Our own Derk. What up, man?
How's it going, man?
Doing great, man. I'm so glad Cecil and I were able to come out for this event and just take a gander at all the badassness on display. So tell us a little bit about this event, like how long it's going for, and because just in case anyone's in the Arizona area, Phoenix area, whatever, you can stop through.
It's going all the way through February, might be mid-February.
Cool.
But yeah, I'm so excited. This is like one of the first big galleries.
Yeah.
Especially with a lot of local artists that I've adored over the years.
Nice, man.
So yeah, I'm really fortunate that I'm now part of kind of the local art scene.
Nice, man. You talked to me about this piece behind us right here, and about how wasn't it when they tried to do the color for it or something?
Yeah,
it turned the creature purple. Give us some history about this piece, man.
Well,
or this film, I should say.
Yeah, when they originally released it, the color was just so bad for it. They've remastered it, recently, because it's actually the first episode of the new Mystery Science Theater 3000.
No kidding.
On Netflix.
Dang,
so
all right.
You can check it out, and then the dragon is actually green in that one.
Okay, as it was intended.
A while ago, back in the mid to early 90s, probably even early 80s, there was a program that was on in Arizona that was called From Beyond.
The World Beyond.
World Beyond. They have showed so many movies over the years.
I caught a few of them growing up. Yeah.
And so
vague recollections kind of thing.
Brad Dwyer, the guy that the curator was, he was a huge fan. That's how he got into monster movies and kaiju movies and stuff like that. And he just came up with this idea after he found this website. This dude had every single movie that they ever showed on Beyond.
So he archived it all.
Archived it all.
That must have been an extensive process.
So he sent us the link to it, and he was just pick what movie you'd like to do a painting of, and we can
nice.
A little exhibit here at the Hive.
Awesome. Yeah. So. Greetings, y'all. We are covering this awesome art exhibit celebrating KPHO's The World Beyond, and I am here with the artist behind what I kind of feel is the centerpiece of this exhibit. We have Christian Villar. What's up, buddy? How you doing, man?
Good, thank you.
Awesome. So, did you watch this program back in the day? Did you have a personal connection with it when it was originally being broadcast?
I watched similar programs to it multiple times, so I've just had a love for the genre. So. In general. I'm not originally from Arizona, I'm originally from New York, but we did have daytime programming similar to this, so it's very cool.
Nice. Well, I caught a few of these when I was growing up, and it probably sowed the seeds for my love of genre and stuff like that. But Village of the Damned with dolls.
Yes.
Where did the inspiration come from for this pairing?
Inspiration came from a modern take where people have a love for their children, but our children are dogs now.
Well, we have to train them, right?
Well, not that, but people just care for animals like children, so that was the interpretation of it. So.
Interesting.
And we train our kids like dogs too. So.
We kind of have to.
We have to.
Do you have a love of the film? Did you get to choose to have this one to make the piece about?
Yes, we have every artist had a choice of what film to do, and naturally it was funny because we had a movie poster in our own house of the movie, so we decided to use that. So we did a similar take on it, but we changed it to animals.
Awesome. Do you have an affinity for the film then?
Yes.
The original, I'm assuming,
even
obviously.
John
Even the remake.
Even the remake with John Carpenter, yes.
Nice.
Kristopher Reeve, right?
Yeah, indeed. One of his last
Yeah,
roles on
last
screen
role on
before the
screen,
param.
yeah.
Yeah, getting paralyzed and everything. So how long have you been doing art for, man?
Oh, about twice.
Nice.
And this piece was done with my wife as well, Rihanna Blair. But she's very shy, so she's horrible.
She has no choice. The camera can move.
Right. So we do our art together, and we design the concept and everything.
Excellent. So where else have you exhibited? It's like
All
like
over Phoenix. We're
nice.
pretty much Phoenix based, so we do artwork everywhere. We do murals, we do comic books, we do
Dope.
books, we do everything.
What kind of comic books? Being a lover of that medium.
We do one of our popular ones, Captain Unicorn. He was a big superhero, so he was half man horse.
Nice.
So that was a big fun one that we did, and everybody loved it. So
Excellent. Well, so what are some destinations on the interwebs where people can go check out more of your stuff?
most are Instagram. So Rihanna Valera and Christian Valera on our Instagrams, and we just have everything there. I mostly post my artwork in between my day jobs. So.
Excellent. Well, we are so stoked to see this beautiful piece on display here, Christian. And yeah, man, thanks very much for taking a chance to chat with us, dude. Much appreciated. Right on. Heck yeah. And until next time, remember, stay scared.
Awesome. There's actually a couple
Awesome,
of
Fuego.
other questions.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you...
Yeah, I have a couple. Specifically, why did you decide specifically on pugs?
It's very popular animal species as of now.
Yeah, that's true.
One of my really good friends
Pugs.
has pugs,
Yeah,
and
pugs.
she's obsessed with them. And I was like, she would buy something.
Yeah.
Like this. I was like, we should sell something that people in Phoenix buy, and people love animal paintings and stuff.
I've always wanted a little puggle, damn
I've
it.
had pugs growing up too as well. So
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Do you have any other, any other films that are inspiring art right now that you're thinking about working on?
Really? Like my big thing is Toxic Avenger. Like,
Oh,
They
nice.
have a remake of that
Yeah.
they're working on right
Do a
now.
comic book
Yeah.
on that, and just give me a call.
You should watch the Toxic Crusaders cartoon back in the day,
Everything.
too.
I'm the biggest fan of trouble films and comics.
Got it.
Pretty much anything horror.
Nice.
I just love that stuff.
Well, there you go. There's a couple of follow-up questions. What do you think about the current state of horror in Hollywood? Good or bad?
It depends.
Okay.
So you have.
I didn't know how deep you wanted me to dive. I was trying to keep it brief. I could have kept going
We
and going
have
and
an
going, man.
artist willing to talk here, so let's do it. See, and now the wife is ready to go. She's on camera too, so we're good.
We need both
You
opinions.
have Bird Box, which got mothers to watch horror movies.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. So
Yeah.
you have them being interested, but you can't have anything politically incorrect in horror movies anymore. So that's the hard thing.
The joy of the 80s and 90s.
Hereditary was a good horror movie recently that they did. It doesn't fall back to genre to more of a thriller, a psychological
It was
thriller.
like a 70s slow burn,
slow burn,
satanic.
So
Yeah.
I thought there was a lot of aspects that they could bring that stuff back into more art house kind of thing. I do think independent cinema is a way to go with art house movies because there is a crowd for it.
I mean, Blumhouse has proven that with making these smaller indie type horror films that are super successful.
I think there is a way you could do it. I don't like Netflix horror movies. They're not as great as I think. They're too down
Charge
there.
us a lot of money extra for crap we don't want to watch anyways. And
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but only a handful of them are good.
Yeah.
I thought Cam was interesting this past year.
I didn't get to see that one.
Yeah.
It was interesting, but it wasn't
I think
great.
they're more mixed than hit, really. Yeah.
Right now.
No, that's true.
Space horror, amen, man. Give me more like Life Force
Yes,
and craziness
that's why we
like
make
that.
movies.
Yeah, Life
Movie
Force is
Looper.
dope. Yeah.
I tell you what's really cool along those lines. I don't know if you're into comics at all, but they just started a comic book called Outer Darkness, which is it's like a horror Star Trek mixed with Event Horizon.
That'd be cool. I love the
It's really really cool. So there's only like 3 issues so far, so it's easy to jump in on. Yeah.
Found somebody else here, possibly the most important person on display, because this is the gentleman who put this exhibition together. We got Brad Dwyer, the artist, the stuff behind us, and the organizer. What is up, man?
Hey, how's it going?
I'm doing excellent, dude. So I am impressed with the variety of artistic approaches on display here, just the care and just the love that I'm seeing on display here. What possessed you to, kind of want to get all this organized, man?
Well, like, I grew up watching, when I was a kid, I was born in 81, and they had, at that time, of course, there was no, like, internet or anything, so they had pretty much once a week, or it was maybe Saturday and Sunday, they would have different movies on, like, the local stations, like all the different monster movies and horror movies and all that stuff, and they had different matinee shows. And the one I remember watching the most was like the World Beyond, because it had a lot of Godzilla movies and Planet of the Apes and just a lot of weird eclectic stuff. And that was the only place you could see that kind of stuff, and it made a huge impression on me. And then fast forward, however many years, and then I finally figured out like what was the name of the show, and then did a little bit of internet research and figured out it was the World Beyond, and just like I just wanted to do something that kind of celebrated that time when there wasn't much on TV, and like you just kind of absorbed what you could get.
Yeah, it was almost the dark ages for fans of genre, especially if you were a younger kid and stuff, because I was born in the early 80s too, I'm 83, and I remember catching a couple on KPH 05 and stuff, and I mean, it was like, okay, there's World Beyond, there's like Wallace and Ladmo and stuff, and like, both of those I remember very, very distinctly growing up, but yeah, I mean, there weren't a lot of outlets like now with the internet, and so didn't you like stumble upon, like somebody had archived like all the episodes?
And I'm blanking on exactly who it is. I have the book over there, but
so they did it as a book too?
Well, there's a Facebook group of the World Beyond, and through that, there's just an author made like Amazon book kind of thing, which is pretty much just a listing of all the shows that are on there and little blurbs about it and stuff like that. And then just looking through that, I was like, oh, it'd be cool if like I could get a bunch of local artists to like reinterpret like something about those movies. And I've been doing comics since I was in my early 20s. So the majority of the people who've contributed to the show I know through during my shows and stuff like that. And it's all people that I really respect and have. And they all have like really varied approaches, but I really like all their stuff, and I wanted to see how they would approach the weird genre stuff.
So you already had all the interconnecting with different, I guess,
exactly.
Contemporaries and people you respected. So what kind of stuff comic-wise have you worked on that? I mean, other people's things or like your own ideas and stuff?
No, predominantly I just do independent work. Like I did auto-bio comics a lot throughout my early 20s and stuff. I did eventually I did a strip for the New Times and the music section called Record Heat, which was mostly about me just getting drunk and going to shows. And then
I'm right there with you, man.
And then I kind of branched out and started doing weird genre stuff because like the very first stuff I had read that was independent was like Ninja Turtles, like the black and white like Ninja Turtles and all that kind of stuff.
Dude, yeah.
And I wanted to
their love letter to Daredevil.
Yeah, so I started doing like a book called 8 Minutes of Apocalypse, which is like a black and white book with like halftones and all that stuff, kind of as an homage to all the weird stuff you find in the 80s independent comics.
Yeah. Nice, man. Well, so what possessed you to go with this particular film? With Destroy All Monsters, Toho, late 60s, I think it's like the 8th or 9th Godzilla movie maybe. It's been so long since I've seen it, but...
It's pretty far into there. Destroy All Monsters was one of my favorites as a kid, just because it had all the monsters in it.
And didn't they have aliens that like controlled them or something?
Yeah,
I'm, like,
and that's
really vague recollection.
That's the vague plot of several of the movies.
Yeah,
But also Destroy All Monsters ended up being the very last broadcast of The World Beyond.
No kidding.
Yeah.
So when was the last broadcast?
I believe it was 88.
Damn, okay, so just in that one decade.
Yeah.
I couldn't recall how far it extended.
I think it went from, I want to say 64 to 88.
That long, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was hella young when I was catching
Oh,
these,
yeah,
man.
yeah.
I was like
So
5,
was I.
6 years old.
So was I.
Nice. So, but Destroy All Monsters, and I love you. It's obviously a comment. You got the watercolor thing going on, and ink on paper and stuff. And I love how it's the 3 corresponding pieces, all just kind of complementing each other.
Yeah, I started out with one, and I was just gonna do. I was kind of gonna do a study for a larger picture, and then it got so intricate that I was like, well, maybe I could just expand on this and do other pieces that interlink.
So, have you done stuff here at the Hive before?
Yeah, a year ago we did a show called Ravage 2099 Redux, which was like 3 of us did it together. Me, Damon Begay, and Will Hines, Reset Survivor, and we took this comic from the 90s called Ravage 2099.
Or the 2099 launch, yeah.
Oh, that was
Which
that had
was
Spider-Man 2099
Yeah,
and all those.
Spider-Man 2099 being like the jewel of it. And
The only one I collected was X-Men. I got all the X-Men 2099.
And Ravage 2099 probably being the bottom of the barrel. Like that was like.
It was the only new property in the 2099.
It was the only new property, and it was the only one that was written by Stan Lee.
Oh, I didn't remember that.
And it's awful. It's a terrible comic.
Rest peacefully, it's awful.
It is.
But it had an essence of charm to it, though.
I don't know if it
I don't know if we can say that.
Was it like one of those that's so bad it's good, like certain horror
also
and genre
there's like
movies
a lot
can
of
be?
people. There's a lot of other people in comics doing these anthologies that were essentially taking really well respected comics like Watchmen and Dark Knight and all that stuff, Dark Knight Returns, and having other people like redraw it and go through it. And I was like, why are these people doing all these good comics? Let's do a shitty comic.
I'm suddenly thinking about they bastardized before Watchmen and
Yeah.
just getting upset.
So we took. I for whatever reason I had that because I collected comics. I started collecting comics in the 90s.
Yeah.
So I had a copy of that, and I remembered it for whatever reason. It always stuck in my mind like we should do something with Ravage 2099. Nobody cares about that.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. We did. There was the 3 of us would do redraw a page each, and then we'd have a guest artist redraw a page, and then we'd do another 3.
Nice.
And we went through it, and we're not very religious about it. Like we changed a lot of the dialogue, and like I had a scene where the main villain was basically getting fucked by a strap-on.
Nice.
So I mean, we didn't adhere to it very strictly, but
I don't think Stan wrote about that.
no, we didn't. I think it was implied.
I think there was subtext in that soapbox sometimes. Now.
And then we had the idea to do that, and we started doing the zine, and then it ended up being just happened to be like the 25th anniversary of that comic, and so. And then I had attended a show here at the Hive, and then like I was just like, oh, I think I could do something like this. So I kind of just cold called them and pitched them the idea of just taking the artwork and putting it up sequentially.
Oh, nice.
And so that's what we did, and it got a pretty decent turnout and everything. So that's how this one came about. So it worked out. So I figured this one would work out.
Nice. Well, this is all pretty badass, man. The way it's all been put together. I gotta commend
Well, and
you on
considering your particular pieces, we have to get your opinion. You must have seen the trailer for the upcoming Godzilla. What was it, King of the Monsters?
King of the Monsters. Yeah. What did you think of the Gareth Edwards one?
Start there, and then we'll go to the trailer for the new one. Because that's two different things.
Yeah. Sorry.
Well, the first one, the first Godzilla, the American one. I don't know. I thought Heisenberg was going to be in it a lot more.
Everybody did.
And instead, you end up following this jarhead. And I was just not.
Follow Kick-Ass instead.
Yeah, exactly.
I was not into it.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. The new trailer looks cool, but I mean, to be fair, like I'm way more into like rubber suits and stuff.
Oh, really?
Way
Okay.
more. Yeah.
That's fair.
I follow. I mean, I know way too much about like tokusatsu stuff, and it pretty much stops at the 80s.
Fair enough. Did you happen to catch Colossal?
I did like Colossal.
Right?
I thought Colossal was quite good.
That was
Yeah.
a pretty good one, but
Wasn't what I
that was
expected.
more like an independent kind of thing. But I mean, like.
It was neat what they did. You
Yeah,
know?
no, I liked it. I did like that one.
It's nice to see when they attempt something different
Yeah,
with stuff that we're
absolutely,
used to.
absolutely.
Like, I kind of liked Pacific Rim to that extent.
Yeah.
The story was kind of bupkis, but
yeah.
the fact that it was wish fulfillment for a lot of
Yeah.
the kind of stuff that we watched growing
Yeah,
up.
yeah.
Because I was 80.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm in the same wheelhouse.
Yeah. No, I liked Pacific Rim for like what it was.
He still hasn't seen them.
Yeah, as much as I like Guillermo, it just looked kind of like cheese to me, man. And
Yeah, that's all it is.
It is.
Yeah, and the sequel I thought was really bad.
If you
so.
go into it knowing that, though.
But I mean, that being said, I mean, if you took that movie and put them all in fucking shitty rubber suits, it'd be fucking gold.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Nice. So if you didn't do like a Godzilla big creature kaiju type film as your art piece, what's another film maybe that comes to mind that you would have selected from that list?
Oh, that's a good question. I really don't know. I mean, I'm like really partial to like giant monsters.
So are we, both me and the showrunners.
Yeah, for sure.
I would have to like really study the list to find something.
Because it's an extensive list. If they
I
did
mean,
a whole
to be
book
fair,
about
I
it,
mean,
dude.
to be fair, I did do another piece that was Planet of the Apes, and that was easy.
That's
I
a
mean,
good
but
one, too.
and the one I did was Battle for the Planet of the Apes, which is easily the worst one.
I've never even seen the originals, so I can't speak to them.
I believe it's 5.
I can't speak to them.
Yeah.
I like the new ones, though. I like the new
No,
ones.
I like the new ones too. Again, I'm shitty prosthetics.
What about the Tim?
Yeah.
What about the Tim Burton one though? That one gets shit
See, that
on
still
a
gets the
lot.
shitty prosthetics.
It's a shit. No, those are pretty good prosthetics, but yeah, the effects. I think the effects are pretty good in that. It's a shitty movie.
Yeah.
But I like shitty movies. And I'm totally okay with like I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, they destroyed my childhood. Like
I'm not either.
They're not taking it away from us.
like
It's still there.
the '98 Godzilla or whatever.
Great soundtrack.
I actually like that.
Great
It's a-
soundtrack.
It's a good monster movie.
I liked
I
it.
mean,
And it made
it's
me sad at the
not-
end. It's the only time I felt sad for the
It's
giant
not
monster at the end.
good, but
No.
it's a movie.
It was effective
Hank
enough.
Azaria for the win.
It was
dude.
perfect when I was 17.
It was fine.
You know
I
what
mean,
I mean?
I hated it when it came out. I was like, this is not Godzilla. But you know, I'm fucking 37 and I have 2 kids. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, I didn't
fine
have
if they
that
make
much
a
of
shitty
a.
movie.
I didn't have that
I
much of
still
an
have
attachment.
I still have lots of fucking movies I love. So
Awesome.
So, should we ask a horror related question?
Yeah, we can do
now?
one, if that's okay.
So what, with a love of horror and a love of genre, that you very obviously have to organize something like this, man. What is the most recent horror movie that just floored you and impressed the hell out of you? Like a recent release.
Most recent release? That's hard.
Or the most recent one you've seen. It doesn't have to be
okay.
recently released.
Oh shit, man. Let's
Sorry, I keep putting you on the spot. I'm just picking the brain
That's
about
really
it.
hard because my roommate constantly like telling me like you don't even listen to you don't watch anything from the last decade, and that's pretty true.
Yeah, I mean,
I end up just going back and like scanning through Amazon Prime looking for shit from the 70s and 80s that I would be into that I hadn't seen before, or
Nice.
should I had
And there's tons of stuff
seen
out there
before.
that goes under the radar.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I just watched Grizzly the other night. I've never
that's
seen that before.
Jaws with
Jaws,
claw.
yeah.
Jaws with claws.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Jaws with claw, because it's really just one that you see the whole time, but whatever.
Yeah, I can't even think off the top of my head like a.
Yeah, Hereditary got a lot of press last year.
I
Quiet
want-
Place.
Quiet
Yeah.
Place, yeah.
Both of those I haven't seen yet. I
Oh,
wanna
wow,
see.
okay.
I haven't seen. I just don't make. I have 2 kids. I already said
Yeah.
that. I don't
makes a
fucking make
difference.
it to the movies. So
Mandy,
as soon as they
is,
come,
Mandy is pretty awesome, dude.
I want to watch that really bad.
Yeah,
Yeah. Nicolas Cage, it's a trip.
It's a trip.
Dirk will tell
Oh,
you how
know
good
what?
it
I
is.
think the last horror movie that I saw that was newer was that Mom and Dad.
That was good.
I actually.
And I am
surprised.
into that because it's hard to make a movie where you can make infanticide, like you can like agree with infanticide.
Yeah, yeah.
You're a parent, right?
Yeah, that's...
It's very like that's a you have to tiptoe very lightly.
It's very
to do
real.
something.
When he destroys that pool table, that scene is very real.
That was a movie that had a lot more to say than I was expecting. And going to with the Dusty Springfield song at the beginning yesterday when I was young and all that stuff, I was like, holy smokes, this movie's going to be more serious than I anticipated. So. Well, Brad, just to wrap things up then, man, where is a destination online that people can go to check out more of your work here?
If you
Instagram,
just-
Etsy, anything like that?
Anything, if you just Google Brad Dwyer, DWYR comics, something will come up.
There you go.
Hell yeah, man. Well, thanks so very much for taking the time
All right.
to talk to us about this, dude.
Yeah.
Much appreciated.
No problem.
And you put together a pretty scarific event, so let's go look around some more.
All right,
Right.
thanks.
Awesome. Thank you, sir.
Alright guys, so we are finishing up here in front of Dirk's other painting.
We found Derk again.
Indeed. We figured he should join us for our kind of send-off here after this awesome little art event. We don't do stuff like this that often, but this is part of why we did this show, is to be able to showcase cool, independent, horror adjacent, if not directly horror sort of stuff. I mean, them is very horror.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Right?
It's
So,
and it's all genre at the end of the day, whether it's science fiction, horror, I mean, they play in the same playground a lot of the time.
Indeed. So thank you, Derk, very much for letting us know about this event and hooking us up with the ability to come and cover it. We greatly appreciate it.
Yeah, just like his other piece, this one is a film that maybe more people are familiar with, being them and the giant mutated ants, right? Yeah, exactly. Oh, I love what you did with it, man.
So Derk, we'd be remiss if we didn't tell everyone where they could go and find your art online. Where's the best place to go do that?
DirkArt.com. You can find me, or Dirk Heron on Instagram.
Perfect. All right. Well, that's going to do it for tonight's little vlog. Thank you guys very much for watching, and until next time, remember, stay scared.